Welcome to the Limitless Lifestyle Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Arnivas, and welcome to episode 8. Again, I am recording off my phone because technical difficulties always occur on my computer, the way I used to record it. But like always, I always try to get these podcasts out to people, and the people that are listening to it, I truly do appreciate it. And hopefully this message or this, what I'm about to say, can influence or help you move on in life and move yourself forward in direction that hopefully helps you succeed in whatever endeavor you're trying to accomplish, whether it's a lifestyle endeavor, whether it's a health and fitness endeavor, whether it's business, in any sort of shape or way. I just hope that this message and these messages and past podcasts can just influence you and help you out. So if you haven't heard any of the past podcasts on the Limitless Lifestyle Podcast, check it out after you listen to today's episode. I'd highly appreciate it. And if you honestly, like I said, I only ask for one fee, you could say, or one thing that I would highly value and highly appreciate is that if you find value in the podcast, if you find value in the message that you heard, if you find value, any sort of change in your life, if you feel something that is a message that can help someone else, please share this with anyone, a friend, a family member, someone that's going through a hard time, someone that needs to listen to this, to hear this. That's the only message I want to be able to be heard, you could say. That if this truly adds value to your life in some shape or form, that you may share this on social media or any way you can to get the message out. Because at the end of the day, it's always about other people and helping them hopefully go farther in life through the message that I hopefully can share with them. And in today's podcast, I want to talk about something that I think we all have in the back of our heads whenever we start something new. Whether it's a new endeavor, whether it's a business, whether it's our health and fitness journey, I can relate to that because I'm in the health and fitness industry. Whether it's a new relationship or just fighting battles, maybe it's doesn't have to be a marital relationship or a relationship with a significant other or like with your kids, but it seems so ironic. So last week, I had to work out. I'm pretty diligent about the workouts I do. I'm always disciplined on getting them in because that's something that I can control. And the fact that I can control that outcome of me working out kind of keeps me disciplined and keeps me motivated on certain goals. And not only that, but it just translates to a lot of other aspects I can implement in my life. So last week, I had to do some walking lunges after a squat workout I did. I did all my workouts, but due to certain time circumstances, I had to actually stop and not get them done that certain day. But I told myself that tomorrow, regardless of the situation, I got to get it done. I got to get my lunges done. And what I was doing is just a certain amount of lunges for a certain amount of distance, about 70, 100 yards, back and forth. That was it. Nothing big deal. It's a small thing, but it's a small thing that can lead up to progression for my results when it comes to the gym. So I come in the next day, and it's kind of rainy, it's kind of damp, it's kind of cold outside, not really feeling like going outside and doing some walking lunges. I get done with my back workout, which I did that day, but I knew I still need to go out and do the lunges. And I just thought to myself, as I did those lunges, as I'm walking through and doing those, which are no fun to do really, but I made a commitment to myself the day before that regardless of what the circumstances were going to be, regardless if it was going to be raining outside or if it was snowed, it's likelihood that in Missouri or in the Midwest here that you could be 70 degrees one day and the next day could be 40 degrees and snowing. So it wouldn't be shocking to me if that would happen. Unfortunately, or luckily that didn't happen. It was just cold. But I told myself that regardless of my circumstance, regardless of what was going to happen, I was going to get those lunges done because at the end of the day, it was going to make me feel much more accomplished, much better. And then at the end of the day, I was going to feel like I stayed a commitment to the word that I had said the day before. But how many times do we have a contingency plan on how to back out on something that we know we need to do? How many times do we tell ourselves, hey, I can't do that because of this reason or that. Hey, I can't do this because this came up or that. How many times have we thought of doing something or executing a plan, let's say to start a business, and things get a little hard? You get to the point where you're doing really well, you're excited at the beginning, you got all the cool stuff to start your business, but as soon as something gets a little hard, you're kind of like, I don't know, this is getting a little hard. You know what? I didn't make the sales I thought I would in my business. You know what? I'm not producing the income I thought I was going to be producing in the first week, which most people don't realize when they start a business. It's you're playing the long game, not the short game. That, you know, I didn't make the money that I wanted to make. Then you decide to think about, like, well, you know what? That job I had was still pretty good. You know, my dream was to open this coffee shop business, and you know, but that was my plan A. But honestly, plan B seems a little more safe, a little more secure, a little more comfortable than plan A. You know what? I think plan A is just not for me. I'm gonna go with plan B. And it's always been a crazy thing to me. But if you've noticed, the people who have a plan B in their life are typically the people who don't succeed and never accomplish the goals or the life or the business or the lifestyle or the health, whatever you can put it into measures that they truly wanted to. Because at the end of the day, every time they commit to a plan A, they always in the back of their head have a plan B. And when you have a plan B, you lose. I've heard Andy Frisella. If anyone who knows Andy Frisella, he has a podcast out. It's called The Real AF. Love listening to this podcast. Always good messages. And he always talks about people who have a plan B always lose. They always lose because they shift their commitment. They shift their mindset into a backup plan on the goals and everything they were aspired to do. It's exactly the same reason why I see so many people fail when it comes to weight loss, is because in the back of their head, they're telling themselves, if this gets too hard, if I can't commit to this many workouts, if I can't commit to eating this well, I'm just going to stop. It's going to get too hard. I don't want to continue doing it. I'm getting too uncomfortable. This is not right. I think I should just go back to doing what I was doing before, and everything will feel much, much better. But in the long run, how fulfilled will you be when you do that if you stop committing to the goals of you maybe trying to lose weight or get in better shape? Typically, you feel more crappy afterwards, and then you go back and you repeat the cycle over and over again, like, oh man, I should have continued with that diet. Oh, I'm going to start again. And then again, you always tell yourself, you have a list I can't say the word, but you have a list of how to back out. You have a list of how to quit because you have a plan B. And most of you honestly have a plan C, a plan D, a plan E, F, A, B, C, D, H, all the letters of the alphabet. I may have messed them up there, but every single one of you, or not every single one of you, but most people have a plan B. They have a backup plan to what they were initially trying to do. Now, it's different when you have a backup plan to if something doesn't work out, but you're still working towards the same goal or the same achievement that you want to do. That's a different topic to talk about. That is called failing and adjusting, and then trying again. What most people do is they want to start a business, they want to get in better shape, they want a better relationship, they want better quality time, they want to succeed and accomplish something, but as soon as something gets hard, as soon as something gets difficult, as soon as something doesn't go the way they want to in the time frame they want to, they always have a plan B on how to back out of that thing. And then guess what? That's when most people's dreams, and that's when they say most dreams you can find in the graveyard. Because most people's dreams were backed up because they had a plan B. And I don't want to sound too poetic about this. I don't want to sound too extreme about this. But you are given one life to accomplish the goals and the dreams and the aspirations and everything you want to do to completely feel fulfilled at the end of your lifetime. Feel fulfilled. Not be happy. Not be just temporarily happy is what should I say, but be fulfilled with the life that you live, because at the end of the day you committed to the plan you had originally, and you stuck to the habits that took you into the goals that you were going to accomplish, and you didn't have a second backup plan. You didn't have a plan to quit. And I truly empower most of you that if you're working on an endeavor, if you're working on something, do you have a plan B? Do you have a way out? And if you do have a way out, then what are you doing to stop that? Because the only thing stopping you from accomplishing what you need to accomplish is truly yourself, because you keep telling yourself that you can't do it, because you keep telling yourself that if things get hard, like I've said in this podcast over and over again, you're going to stop because you have a plan B. Because if this business doesn't work, I'm going to go with this business. And if this business doesn't work, I'm going to go with this business. But what truly is your dream of fulfillment to do? Was it the original thing you had planned to do? But again, if things get too hard, you just aren't willing to stick it out. You aren't willing to do the daily disciplines that get you to the position where you're at, where you need to be. That's the thing I'm saying. And I've struggled with this a long time. I've struggled a long time because when it comes to the staying disciplined about my habits, now when it comes to the goals and the aspirations I have, ever since I had the mission of creating this limitless lifestyle brand with the apparel, with the podcast now, with the messages on social media, I always said to myself that this is my plan A. I'm going to get this brand out, and I'm going to get this brand out because of the cool apparel and the stuff I can sell. Yeah, it's all a byproduct of any business that you want to make some kind of profit and some kind of money. Obviously, if you're in business and you're not trying to do that, what are you doing? But really, truly, it's the plan that I had, the mission that I have, the vision that we have as a brand is to impact a generation of people on how to truly live a limitless lifestyle. And this is what the podcast is part about. I don't have a plan B. I don't have a plan out. I don't have a way to I'm just going to make it work regardless of what my circumstances are, regardless of every single situation. I do not have a plan B on getting out of the mission that I have. I may have a plan B on how to make a different strategy on how to make sure this brand and the message that I want out gets spread around the world. But that's it. My plan B is on my tactical and skills that I need to accomplish, but I'm still with the same goal. But again, how many of us have a plan B? And really go out and think to yourself whenever you're going to any endeavor, do you have a plan B? Are you willing to stick it out? Or are you gonna stick out and leave? Are you going to continue with the plan B? Are you going to continue with the plan C and D? And twiddle your fingers around and realize that 10, 15, 20 years pass and you're still haven't accomplished any of the plans because you keep having another plan running through the alphabet until you get to plan Z. And by then, it may be too late. It's never too late to succeed. It really is not. It's never too late to pursue something you've always wanted to do. But wouldn't you rather attack it at its fullest, have a plan B, have ways to execute it, try, fail, and adjust, but keep executing on the plan A that you had on whatever it is that you want to do. And at the end of the day, that's what will create more fulfillment. The less excuses we put on to our plan, and we just execute it with the consistent habits that take us there. And that's the message I want to leave you guys out with. Stop having a plan B. If it's truly something that you want to pursue 100%, go all in, have a plan B, have ways to fail, try, and adjust, or fail, adjust, and try again, but execute plan A. Stop leaning on plan B. Stop thinking that there's a way out. Stop looking for a way out. If you have a plan B, you will end up losing over and over and over again. But trust me, when you have a plan A, from the people that I've seen that have been the most successful, people that I know personally, people that I've seen around in all areas of their life, the ones who succeed at the highest level are the ones who have a plan A and continue to execute plan A. Plan B is for the losers. Plan A is for the winners. So go out there, execute your plan A, and continue to live that limitless lifestyle. Thank you so much for listening. We'll catch you on the next episode.